Ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and Droids, I need you to just stop right now, right this second, in the greatest video you're watching at this very moment in time. Look into your roster in Galaxy Spheres, and if you have an Omicron ready to be applied, get it on this guy right now. We have a lot of SWGoH gameplay. I've been mainly waiting because I wanted to make sure Java came out. I had all the Omicrons needed. Threw one on Chrysanthemum, threw one on our Lord and Savior Embo, and just in case Java had Omicrons, I was ready to go. But now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not even gonna screw around. We're gonna start off this video with me just applying these right now on both accounts. Give it to me. Zeta applied, and we're gonna have tons of gameplay showing SWGoH Omicron up against Galactic Legends, General Anakin Skywalker, Commander Luke Skywalker, and dare I say, this is the new Wampa, but probably even better. And how about this while we're here? Let's go ahead, promote it. Yeah, keep it coming. It's a squad arena level character. That's one thing that's got favor over Wampa. Wampa's a hard to acquire character. Secondly, you can actually place this on defense. Unlike Wampa, it's a solo-based character. You can't place it on defense because you need a team of 3, which negates the Omicron. At that point here, the Omicron is not negated if you bring in a bunch of characters, put them on defense, on offense, and the greatest thing is you can still solo a variety of teams here. Let's go ahead, slap that on here, and there we go. Please, guys, I'm 100% convinced this is going to be the new Wampa and a little bit better and a more free-to-play accessible Wampa right there. My gosh. Wait. What do you mean there's another beast in the room? Oh, I didn't see you there. While I chill in my meditation chambers, I often like to play one of my favorite mobile games, Raid Shadow Legends. Hold on, what do I gotta say? Raid brings a true console level experience to your home. They have over 600 champions. They actually release content. Like this month, Raid just released the new Awakening and a brutal new dungeon, the Iron Twin Fortress. And Raid just released a super-powered legendary version of everyone's favorite champion, Death Knight. Everyone can get the ultimate Death Knight for free just by logging in to Raid for 7 days between now and October 27th. Type in DK Rises to instantly level up Ultimate Death Knight all the way to level 50, 5-star ascension. So click on my link or scan my QR code and you'll get rewards worth over $30. All this treasure will be waiting for you right up here. These rewards are only available for the next 30 days. All right, I'm really excited to showcase this footage. As always, big shout out to the variety of people with this gameplay being provided today. We have people like Jayla, Sai Shaisha, one of the best Grand Arena players I've ever come to encounter. Many other great people like some of our Carver Club VIP members, Johnny Tarvanian. The reason why this is important because Omicrons are very exclusive. They're hard to acquire and you want to put them on the best characters possible, but you don't want to be the guinea pig testing it out. This was one of those that's highly anticipated, people wanted to know about, and it took a few weeks for us to get some good gameplay in 3v3 Grand Arena with this brute Omicron, and now I'm at the point where I can safely say this is a really safe Omicron investment. It's a one-man solo team that has some flexibility being bred with a bunch of other things like Barisafi combined with SWGoH Omicron is quite a deadly combo. And I regret not having this Omicron the past weeks because it would have saved me from a potential loss by being able to solo things like Commander Luke Skywalker, and we're opening up with a few amazing plays up against Galactic Legends. Granted, not the greatest Eternal or Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, but still, nonetheless, a squad arena character. Let me reemphasize that. A squad arena character is able to go into these battles solo as Sith Eternal, or for example, we're seeing tons of great synergy baked in with Darth Maul. It's unfortunate we didn't get direct synergy, some direct call-outs to Darth Maul and SWGoH's kit. However, you're gonna get used out of Darth Maul, a Sith Eternal based requirement, and make a supercharged team. So it's kind of the closest we're gonna get to Savage as well as a Maul combo, and the damage Maul is putting out is pretty insane. Let me just quickly remind you guys what is going on with this Omicron here. On Brute, inside a Grand Arena, we're getting 50% extra defense, max health, offense, and 30 speed. That's a leader ability, basically, baked into a unique ability right there. At the start of the encounter, Savage is getting 2 stacks of resilient defense. Like Mace Windu, it's kind of like a taunting mechanism. At the end of his turn, Savage is going to get 2 additional stacks of resilient defense, stack it up to 10, and then 10% turner for each debuff on Sith allies. Remember, Savage is kind of like this Barisafi of the team. They're going to be able to passively cleanse Sith Lords on the team, and he's going to get turn meter to quickly get a turn, shake them off. But on top of that, anytime Savage is being critically hit, he's getting 16% health steal which is going to be nuts. That's going to be one reason it's going to be hard to put him down. This is the huge thing. And offense, which goes up to a maximum of 160%. So once you get hit 10 times, boom, you got 160% health steal, 160% offense. Sith Lords are going to get 4% health steal and offense. So not nearly as much as Savage, but still a 40% health steal boost and offense is going to be quite notable in a lot of situations here. And then you're going to recover 50% health, protection, gain 10% turn meter, and while he has resilient defense, he gets 50% defense per stack and is inflicted or vulnerable, because remember, you want him to be critically hit. It's kind of like the Fulcrum of Ahsoka Tano. She's got reduced tenacity, but you want that because you want her to get debuffs on him. You want to get critically hit on Savage Opress. And the greatest thing is, if in some situation he gains taunt, he gains 2 stacks of resilient defense. As of now, there's no way to make Savage directly taunt because he is an attacker, which is kind of hard. You can't make Watt Timbor or Sith Eternal trigger. But remember, this right here, before you even consider the Omicron, whenever Savage takes damage, he gains defense up, heal over time, offense up for 2 turns, then get 30% turn meter on top of the turn meter they're already getting on top of that. And at the end of his turn, Savage dispels all debuffs on a random other Sith ally, and those debuffs for 1 turn. Dispel all debuffs from Savage whenever he is critically hit. So as he's absorbing these debuffs, you want him to be critically hit, so that way he can cleanse those debuffs in him, as well as get the variety of other effects, such as getting the health steal and offense. What this translates to, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and Droids, is this character that's able to solo a variety of individual things out there, or in maybe a team of 2 or 3, take on some of the top brass talent. Galactic Legends, as you've seen, Commander Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, General Anakin Skywalker was quite interesting to see as well here. And a lot of this footage is being provided by top-end players in high-end situations. And I can only imagine how this will work even at a lower level, with the tons of offense, health steal regeneration, the durability baked into the resilient defense, ways to make sure he's not dying off too easily. This almost seems like a versatile character where even if you place it on defense, I'm not saying it's impossible to beat, this might be one of those characters where you might need an insta-kill. And we don't get a lot of insta-kill characters out there right now that can get the job done. And as a result, that might take away from key teams. Like maybe you got to throw bounty hunters and Mandalorian to kill off this guy. Maybe you got to waste the Trey up against him. Commander Luke, we see some interesting defensive viability things, where even Commander Luke Skywalker had trouble putting down this guy. For a squad arena character to achieve this level of power is pretty nuts. And I want to kind of talk about the synergy options that you might have on the table here. For example, let me go ahead and show you this. Darth Maul, a character I wish had more synergy with Savage, direct call out synergy. That would be nice, like Bastila and Revan. You don't quite get that, but remember, with Dancing Shadows, as you probably, a lot of you guys have, I have it on the free-to-play account as well, you're getting the extra evasion and you've got more turn meter on top of that as well. But remember this, Savage, he can be critically hit fairly easily because of vulnerable. When he gets critically hit, they gain advantage on them and they're able to hit pretty hard, which pairs well with the offense increases that goes along with inside of the Savage Opress unique ability here. And this is gonna ramp up Maul a ton, because Darth Maul is gonna get a lot of different health increases on their own kit here. And oh man, when you're increasing the offense, you're gonna see Power of Hatred be a lot more applicable, because as he's defeating enemies one by one, you're getting extra critical chance, evasion on them, and then also max health recovery. So Maul is gonna finally ramp up, because they're now actually able to do a great amount of damage with Savage Opress. Another character I want to put out there, we kind of hinted at it, Barriss. Now, there might be some situations where you want to maybe go the extra mile just to play it safe. Well, what better way than putting 2 very annoying characters together, Savage as well as Barriss. Barriss, a Zeta that has stood the test of time with swift recovery. Anytime Savage is being critically hit, or any ally for that matter, and in Savage's case, they're always being critically hit because they're self-applying the vulnerability, which guarantees a critical hit for the enemy. Anytime an ally is being critically hit, that ally is going to recover 20% health. So imagine you're trying to take down this big guy, Savage, right? He's a brute. He's tearing apart your team. You're trying to bring this heavy damage in. He's already got a big health pool associated with him because of all these benefits we're talking about here. And on top of that, Barriss is going to be able to help Savage stay alive even longer, probably putting you in a situation where you got to work on Barriss first. But in the meantime, Savage is tearing your team a new one. So we're seeing there's going to be a lot of different characters that you're going to be able to put together. We talk about, for example, Watambor in this situation. Watambor, you know, a bit of a more high valued item than Darth Maul or Bear Softy, but let's say you want to go the extra mile and you really want to play it safe. With Watambor, there's several different, pretty much every single one of the individual attacks that Watambor can pass around is going to be extremely beneficial. You want the tank tech on them? Well, cool. You're going to be able to cleanse yourself if he hasn't already cleansed himself anyways, which he's going to cleanse himself pretty much all the time. I find it unlikely he's going to have a lot of debuffs on him because of the fact he can cleanse himself upon being critically hit. But hey, the Bactoid shield generator, get 30% protection regeneration, which is going to be great. Can't force him to taunt because Savage isn't an attacker, or he's in a tank. He should be a tank though. I mean, although the attacker tag makes sense on him, especially now with the Omicron. If he was a tank, oh my gosh, mwah, he would be perfect with Sith Eternal triggering a taunt on him, or it would be converted into resilient defense, or this for that matter with the shield generator. The med pack, being able to constantly recover little bits of health and protection every single time a turn is being taken, that's going to pair great with Savage Opress, especially when you have teams. Maybe there might be a time where you could time out someone. Bear Savage, throw the med pack on. As you're trying to work on Savage, let's say you control his turn meter by some chance, which might be difficult to pull off here. As you're taking all these turns, he's also recovering health from Barris as well as from the med pack. And then of course we have the blast tech mod, not as lucrative as it used to be back in the day with the ignoring of the defense, but this is going to be able to allow Savage to get extra amounts of turn meter, 15% after each enemy turn. And the greatest thing is you can even stop the revive on top of it as well. Cool. Long story short, we spent all of our time just talking about the Omicron itself and how it's going to pair along with other characters. And the thing that I think is going to be finally beneficial on this character is the overpower ability. This is one of those abilities where I wish it was a little bit better, but it's like, what's needed? Because it's not quite an insta kill. You have to meet a certain term to get a finishing blow. It's not an insta kill. It's a finishing blow. You need to get him under 50% health, right, to do massive damage on them. Well, finally, with all this extra damage increases that you're getting with Savage, you're able to quickly dwindle down the enemy a lot faster. And overpower is going to get you plenty of insta kill opportunities. And I think one more thing I want to note why this is better than Wampa is Wampa's got a big problem. One of the biggest weaknesses to Wampa is once you get tenacity down to apply, the debuffs just start rolling and Wampa has no way to recover. Whereas with Savage and Brute, no matter how many debuffs you get on them, I mean, except if it's locked, like locked healing unit could be possible counter. So Jedi training rate maybe, but as we saw, Johnny took out a Jedi training rate, even with the healing immunity problems baked into Jedi training rate. But unlike Wampa, Savage is going to be a lot harder to control. You can create a perfect Grand Array defense to box out the Wampa, but Savage, we're going to have to think of a whole new way of boxing out Savage. So please, ladies and gentlemen, Guns and Droids, if you're looking for an accessible, free-to-play character that is squad arena farmable, that you can actually use on offense and defense, I'd say look no further than Savage Opress. This is going to be one of those Omicrons I think a lot of people are going to apply, rightfully so. I wish he was more required for at least some sort of legendary base event, but nonetheless, probably a lot of people are going to have this, and on my free-to-play account, I am definitely going to upgrade him, even if it's only to like gear 10, 9, maybe 11, because even at a low level, I can see him being very useful for a lot of teams out there. Again, big shout out to everyone who provided footage to help the community make a more informed decision on this amazing Omicron, as it would seem. Links down below if you want to check them all and talk to them and get more of their personal experience, because dang, I'm hyped for this next Grand Arena week. We got Jabba the Hutt for the first time in Grand Arena, and now Savage. Guys, I don't know what else to say except that it's great to be in the Empire today.